Oh, it took me all day to get here.
So do you think you're better now? Do you think that you are more ready to receive now than you were earlier in the day? Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes.
So was anything amiss during all that time? So rather than it took me all day to get here, don't you want to say here at the perfect time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I have one question.
We have one answer. And you all know what it is.
So this happened to me last time that I came here. I had a couple questions a few weeks before the seminar was coming up. And then as the seminar was getting closer, the question kind of dwindled, or the need to answer it, or the urge behind it kind of went away. And then by the time I get here, I don't have a question anymore.
Well, that happens to everyone, especially at this point in the program, because every question that you have has been answered many times already here. And so the thought about it feels different in the knowing form than in the questioning form.
Yes.
Think about that. The subject's still active within you, but what is absent is the not understanding. What's absent is the resisting. It goes back to the story that we told earlier about the woman who only thought she wanted something when she was feeling the discomfort of not having it. It's like questions feel sort of edgy, where answers feel more satisfying. And so you've just moved into knowing rather than in not knowing.
How do I do that more?
Never leave this room. By recognizing it when it does happen and appreciating the feeling of it and milking the feeling of it longer and saying to yourself, the answers always come. And you know they do, whether you're in this room or not, don't they? Don't your answers always come? And don't you say, well, sooner or later it'll come, and I'd like it to be sooner. And so the way you make it sooner is by just doing a better job of tending to your vibration, making lists of positive aspects and making lists of things that you appreciate, and basking more, and not spending much time thinking about important things unless it's early in the day and you know you're feeling good. And never trying to solve a problem when you're feeling negative emotion, ever.
Right.
Can't solve a problem when you're feeling negative emotion. You can just make the problem bigger. But bigger problems sometimes get more attention. Most humans, we told you that we love you. Most humans would rather have a negative feeling than a non-feeling, because a negative feeling feels like you're making progress, and we would like to soothe that in you. We would rather that you have a non-feeling rather than a negative feeling, because a non-feeling has no resistance in it, and your vortex will bubble up and reveal something to you, or you will realize what it has been revealing to you. So what do you want to talk about? We're winding down. Let's go. What is it?
I'll just ask it.
Focus, 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 focus.
In my vortex, everyone's going to laugh, but whatever.
Now see what you're doing? See what you're doing? You're not even letting yourself get into the receptive mode without worrying about what somebody else will say about it.
Am I a billionaire in my vortex?
Oh, way more.
Really?
Oh, way more. Way more than a measly billionaire. Way more. Vibrations turn to things, but those vibrations can't turn to things when you're still asking the question. You know, earlier when you said, I think I know the answer, and the difference between asking and not knowing and knowing. Mm-hmm. So you might want to practice what that feels like. What does it feel like to be wealthy in that way, to that degree? From your point of view, what does that feel like?
Well, I went to a car show recently, and I saw all the really cool cars.
So it feels like the freedom to choose. What else?
I really like the cars. I want to drive fast and really cool cars.
We'll choose them, but we want to get to the basis of this. What is the feeling? What does that kind of prosperity feel like vibrationally? Hear us. Look at us. We're trying to get you to take that billionaire that has turned to a thing, and we're trying to get you to feel the vibrational essence of it, which already exists. And you see, your inner being is as happy about the vibrational essence of it as it is the manifestation of it. But you're not. Most of you are not. But if you could feel as happy about the vibrational essence of it, so that's what we're trying to get you to isolate. So what does that kind of financial freedom feel like?
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fast.
It's rich, it's unlimited, it's full, it's free, it's free-flowing, it's an ever-present sensation that I could choose. It enhances, it gooses up, it activates your desire to want to choose. It makes you reach out to more detail. It makes you want more ideas in your mind. It makes you want to put more choices on your palette. It causes you to want to be more definitive, to be more specific, to be more exact about your desires. It causes you to tighten up your thinking. When you capture the essence of that kind of prosperity, it makes you open your horizons. The word vision isn't even big enough. It makes you want to look further into the world. It causes you to feel your own expansiveness. And the biggest thing of all that it does is it makes you feel worthy beyond physical description. Because if you can turn that idea of that kind of manifested prosperity into the uncondition of the vibration, oh, you're in that place where you're now ready to let the universe yield to you. You see, you couldn't buy with your billions the concentration that Source has upon you. You can't buy that. You can't take your things and turn it to that vibration. The vibration turns to those things, but you can't take your things and turn it to that vibration. But you can accomplish that unconditional vibration just by knowing it exists. And it's the reason that we talk to you the way we do about the laws of the universe. It's the reason that we attempt to help you feel the realness of this vibrational reality that you can't see. It's why we want to help you know that it's real, even though you can't yet translate it into the billions or into the manifestation. So now that you are understanding a bit more who you are and why you're here, and that you are an extension of that, and that you are rich beyond physical interpretation, and that you are unlimited, and that the universe is responding to your every thought. That's how important you are. And as you begin to define your thoughts and to use the assistance of your inner being to feel where your thoughts are, and then you watch those fledgling thoughts turn to things, and those fledgling thoughts turn to things, and these even bigger thoughts turn into things, and these bigger thoughts turn to things. In time, you realize there are no limits, that nothing is off limit, that anything that you want can be. But now you're not mixed up. You're not trying to find the feeling because you found the billions first. You're letting the billions come from the feelings. That's what deliberate creation is. Because it's not things turning to thoughts. That's the way humans want to do it. They want to look around at things and think about them. But that's just regurgitation. You're a creator. You're not a regurgitator. You want your thoughts to turn to things. You want your vibrations to turn to thoughts. That's happening. That's step 2. You don't have to do that. Your vibrations are turning to thoughts. But you got to get into step 3, which is the receptive mode, so that you can begin translating those vibrations and those thoughts into those manifestations. And with everything you manifest, got lots of stuff, don't you? With everything you manifest, you begin to understand more and more. It wasn't the accumulation. It wasn't the ending place. It was the experience of the unfolding that you're all about anyway. That you're all about all day anyway. That receptive mode, once you get there and hang around in there a little bit, you won't want to go back. You won't want to go back to a time that you were less focused or less aware of how you feel or less willing to gravitate toward the thoughts that feel better. You just will be unwilling to watch the movie that scares you or have the conversation with a friend that bums you out. You just start really wanting to tend to that precious alignment, because that precious alignment is life in the way you mean for it to be. Really good. Really good. Yeah.